So, this is Thailand. I am currently in Bangkok, and this is actually the second time that I've been here. But this is the first time I've ever actually made it to the Grand Palace. Last time I was here, I wasn't feeling so hot in the morning that we came. I.e., I was still drunk from the night before. I did not make that mistake this time. Made it out to the palace, and it's lived up to the name. It's absolutely grand. Very strict on the dress code too. I actually had to go and buy a new pair of pants. But I'm digging them. They're super comfortable. It only cost me 200 baht, which is about $6. I probably could have got a better deal, but you know what? $6 for a pair of pants that I'm hopefully going to wear for the next few weeks is phenomenal. Speaking of which, this trip is going to be 4 weeks. It's the big Indochina trip. Not everyone doing this trip is doing the full 4 weeks. Some people are only doing Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, but I'll also be doing Vietnam, and we'll be getting a lot of new people starting in Vietnam with us. But day one, off to a great start. And I've been looking forward to this trip for about the last 10 years. I've always wanted to do it, just could never get the time off work. Now's the time. So we just arrived at our jungle raft accommodation here in Kanchanaburi. This is the River Kwai, or the River Kwai, I believe is how they actually pronounce it. I definitely am saying it wrong either way, but it's so peaceful out here. There's no electricity. We've got kerosene lamps to light everything. We also have little flashlights on our keys, which is a bit of a bonus, but it's really quiet out here. It's about a 15-minute ride to get here. Super isolated, super secluded. And we're gonna go for a late night swim, maybe watch the sunset, and yeah, just relax tonight. Probably play some games. We're gonna watch a traditional, I think they call it a Mon show, and it's apparently this is the only place you can see it. This is amazing. Girls, what do you think?
It's good now that I'm perfect temperature.
It is perfect temperature. We're all wearing our bathing suits, well, not our bathing suits, our life jackets as diapers. They're the most buoyant that way. We're now doing a tour of the Mon village. There's only about 300 people who live here, and they don't even have electricity, which I think would be very difficult to live. This one, they can be at an elephant sanctuary here in Kanchanaburi. We get to feed the elephants. We also got fed ourselves. And now we're gonna go bathe the elephants, which is gonna be really cool as they love to get all wet and muddy. One of the things that's really important to Contiki is that we don't ride any of the elephants. So in years past, I think elephant riding is a lot more accepted around the world. But we now know that riding the elephants is really bad for the animal. And so there's places like this where we get to actually see the elephants. They get to do whatever they want to do. They eat when they want to eat. They bathe when they want to bathe. And we're allowed to be with them. And as long as their ears are wagging and they're happy, then we're happy too.
Get him. That would have been funny. You should have gone the other way.
I got lucky.
Looking good, Sebastian. Thanks. Cleaning the elephants. Their skin feels like a reptile. It's really odd.
They're crickets.
Oh, it doesn't taste not that either.
Oh, yeah. Tell me how. Stop. Yeah. It's good. Okay, I'll do it.
Is it chips?
Okay, you're allowed to
I want that at all.
This is the Kanchanaburi fried chicken, KFC. Delicious, and they're all laughing at me. But it's good.
Wandering hard on a crazy ride, an open road and a deep blue sky. Feel it calling me like the wind. Trust the compass down in my skin.
So here I am walking on the bridge over the River Kwai, which I believe I'm still saying wrong, but at least that sounds closer to what our tour guide is saying it's pronounced as. But this bridge is a lot more touristy than it would have been, obviously, during World War II. In fact, it's actually closed to trains right now. And pretty much all you have is shops selling you things and people taking photos on the bridge. Ladies? They're from Edmonton, which is right near Calgary, where I'm from. Yeah, it's really neat to finally come here and see it. I really didn't know much about it other than that there was a movie named after it, but it's a pretty dark history here, and a lot of people died, unfortunately, to bring this bridge together.
It's your adventure for you to choose, and you'll know home when you find your roots. Just remember, don't walk straight, stay right. That's what they say to me, but I don't fit right inside the lines. Whoa. I hear the calling down in my bones, so following where my arrow goes. No one knows what the future holds, so following where my arrow goes, following where my arrow goes. Oh.
bracelet that we just received from the monk is meant to be good luck. We're supposed to keep it on for 3 days, and if we manage to keep it on for 3 days and don't cut it off, we're supposed to have a lot of luck in our lives. So I won't be taking this off for a while. I've had enough bad luck on this trip. Alright, so we've just been corrected. This is actually for good health. It's not for good luck, but apparently if you're healthy, you're lucky. So I'll still not cut it off in 3 days. Or cut it off after 3 days either, because that's bad luck. So I'm just gonna leave it on forever. Number 12. Let's go find out what that is. The number means good luck. Everything looks easy and happy. Asking about lover. It's happy ending. Lost thing will be returned soon. Don't be afraid of legal case. Conquer only. Not related to my wish in any way whatsoever, but I'm glad it's good news. I should probably go put this back. Someone else doesn't have this in their thing anymore.
I will have success in what I'm thinking. Luck and love will be yours soon, but you should be patient.
Aww.
There you go.
If I'm unlucky and nothing can help me.
Oh my god, that's so sad. That's okay, she's gonna have a baby boy. Oh my god, is that what you're saying? Legitimately though.
You're so unlucky.
I might go again.
All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention. I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step. I got a fresh new attitude. Oh my, my, my. Oh my, my, my. Call me a king. You can buy me a crown. Oh my, my, my. Oh I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now.
This is Muay Thai. Am I saying that right? Cameraman? Muay Thai?
Muay Thai, yeah.
Muay Thai. I said it right. This is Muay Thai. We're here in Chiang Mai. Do this if you get a chance. Great workout. I haven't worked out in 6 months. I'm exhausted. This is just pure sweat. Look at this guy. He's dripping wet.
Oh my, my, my. Oh my, my, my. Call me a king. You can buy me a crown. Oh my, my, my. Oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now.
heading back to the hotel to drop off the camera. Then we have a cabaret show, a ladyboy show tonight. And then after that, drinking with the boys and the girls. And then we get to sleep in tomorrow. Have a free day for a Vespa motorbike tour, which I think has been really cool. We get to do that at night here. And then we head to Laos, which is a new country that I've never been to. I believe it's country number 54 for me, so really excited about that. But yeah, this has been a great trip, and looking forward to finishing it off. Currently arrived in Laos, and we are at the Pak U Cave, which is just outside of Luang Prabang. We've been sailing through the Mekong River. I think I'm saying that somewhat close, but as you know, if you've been watching these episodes, I normally don't know how to say anything. But I do know now that it is pronounced Laos and not Lao. It is not a silent S. The people that come from Laos, they're the Lao people. Otherwise, yeah, the country itself is called Laos. This cave was built to honor the river spirits that the Lao people believed are in this area. There's over 400 Buddha statues in this particular cave that we're in. There's an upper cave and a lower cave, but it's kind of neat. We get to stop here along the cruise. We're going to be heading to Luang Prabang and spend 2 nights there and check out this country, which I know absolutely nothing about. I mean, I knew a lot about Thailand before coming here. I know a lot about Vietnam, which I have not yet seen. Cambodia, there's a lot of history there, but Laos is just kind of in the middle there, so I'm really excited to check this place out and discover it for myself. I think it's gonna be a while.
To the silk thread like this, but first time it's gonna be white and yellow color. How do we make the color of it? We get the color from the natural, from the tree, from the leaf, from the flower. This is why the real silk here is very expensive.
Currently at the Kuang Si waterfalls, which is one of Laos's biggest attractions. It reminds me a lot of the Plitvice lakes or Krka waterfalls in Croatia, as well as the waterfalls that we just saw in Thailand. So, beautiful day. Earlier today we did a biking trip around Luang Prabang, and we actually sat down with students who are learning to speak English. And we got to spend a half hour speaking with them, asking them questions about their lives. They asked questions about our lives. And it was a great way for them to learn English and a great way for us to learn about the Lao culture and the Lao people. So Laos is a very beautiful place. I think it's definitely underrated. I think a lot of people don't talk about it, but it's pretty. People are extremely friendly. The food has been phenomenal. I mean, I like Thai food, but I think the food in Laos has been absolutely incredible. We've had some spring rolls that are to die for. We've had different kinds of meats, different kinds of chicken. We've had fried chicken almost every meal, which I don't know, I absolutely love, so maybe that's why I like the food so much. But so far, I think Laos is very underrated and a place everyone should check out. So there's actually a scale here at the Kuang Si waterfall. This is the first scale that I've seen in over 6 months. I don't want to get on it, but I also realize I've been very curious how much weight I've actually gained. I've kind of guessed anywhere between 35 to 40 pounds. So this is the moment of truth. I'm going to find out exactly how much weight I have gained in the last 6 months. I was 140 on May 15th, 140 pounds, which is underweight, I realized, but I knew I was going to be gaining a lot of weight. And it is 180 pounds. So it's not great, but it's at least exactly where I thought I would be. That's 40 pounds I've gained in 6 months. Those are bears, by the way, behind me. Are those bears making that noise? Those are mating bears. Fortunately, those bears still weigh more than I do, but I definitely need to stop at some point because I might be 200 in the next 3 months. This is a lot of weight to gain. We right now feel like we're in a horror movie. These bears are making all kinds of noises. That is a bear. They sound like they're in a great deal of pain. There's no windows in the room that they're in. We're gonna see if we can get a better view of them. It's absolutely frightening, that sound that they're making now.
Something's wrong with that. Or it's a baby that's...
It's still growing.
But why is his head have no fur and then the rest of his body is hair? What is...
It looks like you're a bear hairstylist. Do you think that's an attractive bear?
I mean, he's obviously gone to the same hairstylist as you.
Oh, don't turn this on me. We're making fun of the bear in what do you call it? Uniformity? Yeah, solidarity?
We are one.
You're terrible.
I mean, at least you don't sound like that.
Yeah, they're dying on us. So I'm here at the Cope Center, and this center is devoted to helping those affected by the cluster bombs that were dropped during the Secret War, which took place in Laos from 1965 to 1975. So during this war, the United States dropped bombs all around Laos, and they say that potentially up to 30% of those bombs never detonated. And these are tiny little bombs that the locals call bombies. And so that's, I think, 80 million bombs that might still be active all around the country. And so people find these bombs, especially children, and they often want to open them up because the little shrapnel inside they use for their slingshots. And of course, when you touch one of these bombs, it activates and blows up. And so many people lose their limbs. And this COPE organization that we're at today helps those who've been affected. We watched a really heartbreaking documentary on the ride in today. And it's good to know that places like this exist, but it's heartbreaking to know that I didn't even realize that this was a thing in Laos. I mean, I've heard about bombs being in Bosnia, the landmines, which we saw earlier this year. I know that there's some bombs that are in Vietnam, but I wasn't aware of these cluster bombs here in Laos. So it's nice to know that organizations like this exist to help those who are affected. a traditional Laos cheesecake. It's very good. It's quite large. So I'm very happy with my choice so far. And now I'm having a white chocolate donut, which tastes really good. And very fresh. They heated it up for me. That's a good donut. I don't think I've ever, well, I mean, I've had Krispy Kreme heated up, but I generally don't have hot donuts. All donuts should be hot based on this brief sampling that I've had right now. Also, if you can't tell, I'm a little bit inebriated. I partook of the 8 to 9 free drinks at this bar and made them regret it. Got a lot of the same things that Thailand has, but it's a lot quieter from a tourist point of view, and it's a bit more of a hidden gem. So if you're looking for something at a bit slower pace, a lot less touristy, but still offers the best things that Thailand offers, and same with Vietnam and Cambodia, come check out Laos. Come check out Dang Vieng. Come check out Luang Prabang. These places are very hard to pronounce, but definitely look at a map. Find out where you want to go and check it out. I don't think anyone's going to regret it.
This is the killing field and one of the biggest concentration camp in this country. And there were about 20,000 victims who were executed in here. Okay, so if you go to another places, you will see another killing field like this. Over 340 killing sites across this country. Torture facility where over 20,000 inmates were held, tortured, and eventually dispatched of and killed at the end of the 1970s here in Cambodia. Yeah, it's really hard to believe that this history is so recent. Normally a lot of the stuff we've seen, at least I've seen on this trip, has been from the 1940s, obviously during World War II, but this only happened about 40 years ago. Nat,
Yes,
where are we?
we are at the quad bike shop.
And what are we gonna do?
We do quad bike. 1 hour we will really skid as well.
Can't wait.
We do something that Contiki don't recommend us.
What do you mean they don't recommend it?
I'm kidding. We do.
Contiki cares.
Contiki cares, yeah.
Contiki always cares.
Always.
It's been probably one of the favorite excursions I've done, maybe even the entire Odyssey. Not a lot of footage from the actual riding because I don't want to get my camera completely filthy from all the dirt. Plus it's not safe to be doing it, but I'm right now covered in red dirt. I've got my surgical mask on. We had these visors down the entire time, but it's a lot of fun. If you get a chance and you're out in Siem Reap and you want to see the city in a different way, I think quad bike is the way to do it.
Oh, does this mean I get on the episode?
Maybe. Depends on how this goes. This is like your
My debut.
casting tape.
This is my audition.
So we're right now doing quad biking in Siem Reap, and what do you think?
Oh, bloody amazing. Thanks for
What?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, we're absolutely covered head to toe in dirt.
That was a test. You failed. If you swear, you don't get to the video.
Beautiful surround.
YouTube guidelines. No, this will happen late enough in the video that it's alright. It can't be in the first 3 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun.
It is so much fun.
100 baht.
Yeah, we drove right through a herd of buffaloes that were being herded, I guess. Really cool, beautiful views. And like, I mean, look how green this is.
I know.
This is like natural green. It looks fake. And the sunset's beautiful.
There was a few near misses, but we all got here safe.
We all survived.
And now we're just sitting and enjoying the view of the sunset.
Till
It's golden
sunsets.
hour. It's just absolutely stunning.
From ash to fire, a spark ignites the dark inside us.
We are at Angkor Wat. This is the world's largest religious monument in the entire world. Used to be a Buddhist temple, but it was repurposed as a Hindu temple, I believe, in the 12th century. And the best part about being here at this time of day is that I was actually the second person to enter Angkor Wat today. That was just by accident. I was tired of waiting in line where everyone stands at the picturesque viewpoint where you can see the reflection of Angkor Wat in the pond. There's just so many people there, I couldn't get a good photo, so I thought, you know what, let's get closer. And as I got to the front of the line, they said, oh, anyone that wants to come in can come in right now. So I have the pleasure of seeing this place with virtually no one else in it. You could definitely come here, spend 2 or 3 days, hang out, read a book, look at the beautiful lakes that they have in this area, and just really enjoy it in a way that you can't most temples. Most temples, you go in, you take a photo, you walk around for a little bit, and you've seen most of what there is to see. Here, you can just get lost. I was just scammed by a guy inside that building over there. Walked inside, he was praying. He invited me over because I was one of the first people here today. It was quiet, no one there. So I walked over, we started chatting, and then he wanted to show me how to pray. So we started praying, and then we had to make an offering. And he pulled out a $10 bill and put it in, and then indicated for me to do the same. And you know what, I'll donate a little bit. So I pulled out $1. He said, no, must be 10. And I looked at him and I'm like, I don't think the gods care how much money I give. And he said, no, it must be 10. So I pulled out another single. I said, I don't have any 10 on you. I'll donate 2. And he said, okay, that's fine. So I put the 2 into the offering, walked away, looked back a little bit later and saw him reach in and take my money and put it in his pocket. So, is what it is. Just be careful. Happens to the best of us. Where are we, girls?
We are at the Jungle Temple.
You know the name of it?
Angkor.
Nope.
Oh.
Tafram. And what was filmed here?
Tomb Raider.
There we go. You know what year it was filmed?
2001.
You.
I listen.
It's like a quiz show. I don't give out prizes.
Oh crap, then I'm outie.
But this is actually really cool. I think I like this more than Angkor Wat.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Look at this. If you were a temple, you'd be what?
No. A big pussy temple.
To be fair, there is a temple in, was it Luang Prabang? That was called Pusi?
Yeah.
Pusi Temple? P-U-H space S-I?
Pusi Temple. That is what we not
Do you still not hear it?
Pusi. Pusi. Not Pusi. Pusi. Yes.
We've arrived here in our homestay. Spend one night with a Vietnamese family on their fairly large housing compound. I have booked my own room, so I actually have the pleasure of having my own room tonight. Everyone else is in groups of 3 to 5 people, and they're kind of sleeping in a series of beds, but this is what my room looks like. A red and a blue team. They're right now looking for mudfish. We're going to be eating the mudfish for dinner tonight, and the teams are going to be competing on who can find the most fish. They've been doing this for about 5 minutes, and they have found 0 between the two of them so far, so we might be here for a while. It's a poor man's Survivor. Not yet found a single fish. I'd say they're really bad at it, but I don't know how hard it is. I can't imagine it's easy looking for fish inside the mud. But there's enough of them looking for it. Right now tied 1-1. Red team's found 1, blue team found 1 first. Some people are giving up. I think there's still another 3 or 4 inside them. Mudfish. They're going to be cleaned, cooked, scrubbed, and we're going to eat them tonight here at the homestay. Kind of a neat experience. Team Red won 5-1. Oh, sorry, 4-1, and we never did find that 6th fish. It got away. And this is the fish that was caught earlier today by Team Blue and Team Red, mostly by Team Red because Team Blue sucked.
'So this is the Kuchi district. So we call it's like a suburb district of the Saigon city center, where your hotel location is near here. go with you for the whole way.
Well, that was not very comfortable. It's very tight. The back is just like rubbing against the ceiling. Whew. I'm not claustrophobic, but today's day 200. I'm halfway. I could barely fit through that thing. Maybe 200 days ago, I would have had a lot easier time doing that, but we're good. Coochie Coochie Coo. We are in the Coochie tunnels, and they just showed us how they, I guess, kill people. Trap them.
Trapdoors.
Trapdoors, trap floors, and then tunnels. And it's amazing the ways that people have come up with to maim and injure people. I mean, that's someone's actual job. It's just sit there and come up with ideas of how to impale you.
And then they pull them out.
Good ideas.
Sorry.
Wow.
They're effective.
Sunset burning on the golden shore. Never seen a view like this before. The stars, they shine like diamonds in your eyes. Black dress on you got me hypnotized. I keep feeling away, I keep feeling away, I keep feeling away about you. No, I can't look away, no, I can't look away, no, I can't look away, 'cause I need you. My heart keeps beating like an island drum, 'cause you're my only one. You make me feel so good.
This is a really cute town. It's, I think it's only, what, 900,000 people here?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys know anything about this city?
It's got a really big port.
Okay.
Lots of lanterns.
Lots of lanterns. Yeah, they put their lanterns out at night. They light them, and it'll be good for the gram, we've been told. So we'll probably do that later tonight.
It's very romantic.
It is very romantic. There's a lot of romance going on here in this port town of Hoi An. Oh,
Need to show
that,
some
I don't
love.
think that's allowed here. I think that's like a jailable offense. party. We always have shit shirt parties on these trips. This time I'm actually wearing a really shitty shirt. Fruit salad of some kind. That's the theme for tonight. Pretty much everyone's dressed up in a shit shirt, so it's gonna be exciting. We're right now going to a cooking class first, so we're actually gonna be wearing these clothes while we learn how to cook authentic Vietnamese food. And then we go partying. Hoi An is a beautiful city, and so far I think one of my favorite Vietnamese cities that we've been to.
You make your Laos noodle.
There's a lot.
Don't get lost, guy. Get loose.
You make me feel so good. Feel so good. You make me feel so good. Feel so good. You make me feel so good. Feel so good. You make me feel so good. Feel so good. You make me feel so good. Feel so good. You make me feel so good.
You want to taste my cocktail?
You know what it is? He's appealing.
Alright, if he was a fruit, he'd be a pineapple.
Come in and I'll pour you a drink. Let's go. Don't let a man go. Don't let a man go.
When did you guys get a job here?
Oh mate, we get commission on every customer
on
bought.
everything.
The place is sold out.
I'm paying for a drink.
Madison Square Garden is sold out. Can you believe it?
I've just been given punch balls all day.
That's it's worth it. In the end, it's worth it.
Let's get tropical.
Let's get juicy.
Contiki, no regrets.
No regrets.
Can you tell us where we are right now?
We are at the Marble Stone Mountain.
The Marble Mountains.
Marble Mountain.
Do you know how many mountains there are?
5.
And do you know the elements that they represent?
Yes, they have water, fire, wood, wind, and
metal.
Metal.
That's it. These are really beautiful. There's like grottos everywhere. There's both Buddhism and Hinduism grottos. It's quite impressive. And this is in Da Nang. It's outside of Hoi An.
Da Nang, Hoi An, yeah.
We have the entire group staring at us right now, which has become really awkward for me. Say hi, everyone.
Hi. Hello. Not you.
They're all really awkward. They're just not on camera generally. Just me, 'cause I'm a professional, and not because he's adorable.
He is adorable.
He's a lady.
No.
Sorry. That's not the vibe we were going for, but...
Ladies, man.
Well, we're gonna keep going and keep exploring these caves, so... Anything you want to say to the camera? No. You're so exciting. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
I'd just like to bring on our sponsor, Aquafina. For all your hydration needs.
After last night, that's definitely a good sponsorship. Pe baka gagal ko kaya. We are currently on a cyclo tour here in Hue and checking out the city. The weather is a little bit chilly, but it's been quite nice for those of us from cooler climates. I believe the Vietnamese people find this very cold. Do you find this weather cold? Yeah. Yeah, he finds it very cold. This is Sam, and he's taking me around the town. It's very neat. The whole group's doing it, and it's a really neat way to see the city. Happy birthday! Hello! Thank Do you know what that hole's from? She's a child. That hole is from the war. She told me that just moments ago. Which war? Vietnam. The Vietnam War. The American War, as they call it here. It's from the Vietnam War. And there's bullet holes all around this place. This is the pagoda here in Hue? Hue.
Hue.
Hue. Hue. It's pronounced something like that. And we just got off the cyclos and we're checking out this place. I don't really know much more about it. We're really a wealth of information today.
Yeah.
Do you guys know any facts about this place?
It looks quite Chinesey compared to the other stuff.
That's true. It does look quite Chinesey.
And you have to drink the water, try it, okay?
Oh man.
You drink the water first.
So glad you're doing this, not me.
It's not bad. It's like chicken broth. It's not that bad, yeah.
Like cooked? Is it warm?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Just swallow. Okay, ready?
Yeah, you drink together with the beer or rice wine. And
you got this. You're killing it. You killed that fetus.
Okay.
Huh? Did you finish it?
I ate most of it.
Well done, look at that. you're on Survivor, you would be moving on to the next round.
Thank you.
But there's no winners here.
Oh, definitely not for duck.
That's tasty.
That's because you gotta eat, just eat it all at the same time.
We are now heading to what I would consider the crown jewel of this entire Vietnam experience, which is Ha Long Bay. We get to spend the next night here on the boat. We've arrived about 20 minutes ago. We're gonna have some lunch first, then we're gonna go kayaking, do some caving, and then we're gonna party tonight in our shit shirts. So I've been waiting for this for a very long time, and I cannot wait.
Woo!
Oh, we gotta get our shit shirts on, don't we?
Shitty shirt.
Oh, you got enough shitty shirts for the both of us.
Party, party!
So I'm here in Ha Long Bay, and it's absolutely beautiful. I've been wanting to go here for a very long time. The original plan for this trip was that I'd actually be in Ha Long Bay over New Year's, but things shifted once Contiki announced their Colombia trips, which I really want to do, so I rearranged all the dates so that I can make that happen. Yeah, I think the pictures speak for themselves. This is a beautiful part of the world. I didn't realize that it wasn't just a couple of rock formations. I think I always assumed it was just that, you know, the iconic viewpoint that you usually see of Ha Long Bay. But these particular limestone mountains are all throughout this area. So you're just basically taking the boat through these different rock formations. We did kayaking. I didn't bring anything with me, so there's no footage of that. We are now on the beach. Well, some of the group's on the beach, but I stayed back because I didn't feel like swimming and I wanted to film some stuff for the vlog. But I can't recommend this place enough. I think if you're going to come to Vietnam, you're definitely going to be doing Ha Long Bay. This is just outside of Hanoi, which is in the north of Vietnam. But it's very accessible, very busy. There's a lot of people here, a lot of boats, but we get to spend the night, which is really cool. And we're going to have a party on the boat tonight, karaoke, and I can't wait.